Hello students, welcome back again. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 3, accounts from incomplete records or single entry system. So the synopsis of this chapter are meaning, features, conversion of single entry into double entry system and few illustrations. Students, in today's lecture we are going to study the theoretical portion relating to single entry system, and from tomorrow onwards we will see the numerical problems that you should have to deal with this lesson. So in India there are many small scale businesses which do not keep complete records for all their financial transactions because the proprietor of these businesses are untrained in accounting, and hence consider it better to keep additional productive employees rather than a bookkeeper. So students, they assume that without an elaborate accounting system, they can exercise control over assets, expenses, revenues, and liabilities. The record a few transactions completely just like the double entry system, but majority of the transactions are recorded only partially. Therefore, it is also known as accounts from incomplete records, or incomplete accounting records are those accounting records which at present are not complete according to the double entry principles. And many authorities describe that it is a single entry system, but according to the majority of the accountants, it is appropriate to describe it as an incomplete record, because incomplete record contains both aspects of some of the transactions, only one aspects of some of the transactions, and no aspects of some of the exceptional transactions. So reason behind the incomplete records may be the businessman may be untrained in accounting, the businessman may be ignorant of separate legal entities assumption, the businessman may be ignorant of double entry accounting principles, and the businessman may be intentionally maintain proper accounts of evade taxation. Destruction of books of accounts due to fire, flood, etc. Destruction of the books of accounts due to fire, flood, etc. And the businessman may assume that without a double entry system, he can exercise control over assets, liabilities, expenses, and income. So the number of small scale businesses which do not keep complete records for their business transactions is significant in India. Therefore, it is necessary to learn single entry system by the students of accounting and management. Students, in short, सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम में क्या होता है कि सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम को ही हम लोग इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स भी बोल सकते हैं, जहाँ पे एक पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस मैन जो होता है, बिजनेसमैन कई बार अपने जो ट्रांजेक्शन्स होते हैं बिजनेस रिलेटेड वो कम्प्लीटली रिकॉर्ड नहीं करते, ठीक है। तो वो कम्प्लीटली रिकॉर्ड नहीं करते, इसके लिए हम उसको सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम ही बोलते हैं। तो उस सिंगल एंट्री को हमको डबल एंट्री में कैसे कन्वर्ट करना है, ये हम लोग कल न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करते टाइम देखेंगे स्टूडेंट्स। नाउ लेट अस सी द मीनिंग of the single entry system. Many small businesses have neither the time nor the experience necessary to maintain a full set of accounting records using the double entry system, and cannot afford the expenses of outside staff to keep such records. However, every business is interested to know its profit from time to time, and any set of procedure of for ascertaining profit that does not provide for the main analysis for each transactions in terms of double entry system of bookkeeping is generally referred to as a single entry system. In fact, single entry system is a mixture of double entry and single entry, and no entry, or other you can rather say that no entry can be also is an example of single entry system. So under this system, certain transactions are recorded just like the double entry system. For example, cash collected from debtors, it is recorded in the debtors account as well as in the cash account. Again, certain transactions are recorded partially, example cash sales, cash purchases, etc. Similarly, certain transactions are not recorded at all, examples bad debt, depreciation, etc. So now students, let us see the definition of single entry system. Single entry system may be defined as a system in which accounting records are not made strictly according to the double entry principles of bookkeeping. So since all the transactions are not recorded strictly on the double entry principle, it is not possible to prepare a trial balance and check arithmetic accuracy of the books of accounts strictly speaking. So single entry constitutes implement records rather than a single entry accounting. Therefore the expressions of single entry does not mean that there is a recording of only one entry for each transactions. Now students, let us see the classifications of single entry. Single entry may be classified in various categories, that is pure single entry system, cohesive single entry system, simple single entry system. So under pure single entry system, under this system one personal accounts are kept, no records are kept for real accounts or nominal account. Cohesive single entry system, under this system personal accounts, cash book and some other subsidiaries books are kept separately. And under simple single entry system, under this system personal account and cash book are kept separately. So I hope you have got the points of classification of single entry system. Now let us see some features of single entry system. In this system generally personal accounts are kept but real and nominal accounts are ignored. This is because single entry takes account only of the personal transactions and that leave impersonal transactions of the business and unit entirely unrecorded. And second feature is, in the absence of a record of twofold aspects of every transactions, it is not possible to prepare a trial balance and check arithmetic accuracy of the books of accounts. Similarly, no balance sheet can be prepared in the absence of balances in the ledger. So this is the most important point students. आपको यहाँ इस point में समझ गया होगा. Due to incomplete records and due to the missing entries, इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल टू प्रिपेयर ए ट्रायल बैलेंस. हम लोग ट्रायल बैलेंस नहीं बना सकते, बैलेंस शीट नहीं बना सकते, एक्यूरेसी नहीं मिलेगा आपको बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट में. और ये जो चीज़ें हैं ये अगर लेजर में ही एंट्री नहीं है तो ये चीज़ें आपका एंट्रीज प्रॉपरली नहीं होगा. जो रिकॉर्ड ट्रांजेक्शन्स के अमाउंट्स रहेंगे वो भी इनएक्यूरेट रहेंगे. And the third feature is this system is highly changeable and flexible, is not governed by the definite rules of operation, जो किसी rules के अंडर में नहीं आता. Under this system the profit or loss can be found out by the comparison will not be available. Profit and loss का comparison भी possible नहीं है. This is a system of this system is a mixture of double entry system, single entry system and no entry. And this system is suitable for small businesses where the proprietor or partner can directly control the affairs of the business. So single entry system can be classified into pure, cohesive and simple single entry system. Now let us see few of the limitations of single entry system, student. So the first limitation of single entry system is arithmetically accuracy of the account cannot be checked because no agreed trial balance can be prepared. हम ट्रायल बैलेंस इसमें नहीं बना सकते एग्जैक्टली तो उसी की वजह से हम लोग को क्या होगा यहाँ पे एक्यूरेसी में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है. True profit and losses cannot be ascertained because trading and profit and loss account cannot be prepared. Trading and profit and loss यहाँ पे नहीं तैयार होता, अच्छे से बना नहीं सकते, तो इसी के लिए हम लोग को प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस जो है बिजनेस फर्म का कितना है, कितना अमाउंट है, कितने लेवल में है, वो हम लोग एग्जैक्टली एक्यूरेटली नहीं बता सकते. तो ट्रू प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस कैन नॉट बी असर्टेन. And true financial positions cannot be ascertained because balance sheet cannot be prepared. अभी ट्रेडिंग नहीं बन सकता, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस नहीं बन सकता, तो बैलेंस शीट भी नहीं प्रिपेयर होगा. बैलेंस शीट प्रिपेयर नहीं होगा तो यू कैन नॉट ascertain the financial position of the business and it is difficult to conduct the audit of such records. Audit हम लोग कंडक्ट करने के लिए प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है. It is difficult to operate internal control system. It is difficult to operate internal check system. It is difficult to exercise control over assets. And students, it is very difficult to detect frauds under this type of entries. सो बहुत सारे फ्रॉड भी होते हैं इसके अंडर में, तो इसी की वजह से सारे इनकम्प्लीट रिकॉर्ड्स की वजह से इतने सारे हमको डिफ़िकल्टीज़ का फेस करना पड़ता है। एंड आप देख सकते हैं अलग अलग टाइप की डिफ़िकल्टीज़ हैं, वो आप एक बार गो थ्रू कीजिए। आई विल शेयर दिस PDF इन द व्हाट्सएप कॉलेज व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप। सो आप ये PDF भी कर लीजिए और मैं इसकी लिंक भी आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दूंगा। आप वहाँ से आप इस जो PDF जो मैं आपको पढ़ा रहा हूँ वो PDF आप वहाँ से डाउनलोड भी कर सकते हैं। So students, now let us see the distinction between double entry system and single entry system. Under double entry system of assumption and principles, let us see the assumption and principles of double entry system as well as single entry system. In double entry system, it is based on certain assumption and principles and values. Both the aspects of all transactions are recorded. And in single entry system, it is not based on certain assumptions and principles and rules. So, okay, so both the aspects of all transactions are not recorded under single entry system. And in double entry system, both aspects of all the transactions are recorded, and in single entry system both aspects of all the transactions are not recorded. In the double entry system, the cash book, general ledger, debtors ledgers and creditors ledgers are maintained. In single entry system, only debtors ledgers and creditors ledgers are kept. Cash book is also kept, but personal transactions got mixed with the business transactions. And in double entry system, all the types of accounts, personal, real and nominal, are maintained. Usually under single entry system, cash account and personal accounts are maintained. So students, arithmetical accuracy of the records can be checked by preparing a trial balance under double entry system, and in single entry system, arithmetic accuracy of the records cannot be checked since trial balance कैन नॉट बी प्रिपेयर्ड। ये हमने अभी देखा था, ट्रायल बैलेंस हम लोग यहाँ पे बना नहीं सकते, तो एक्यूरेसी हम लोग चेक नहीं कर सकते। एंड अंडर डबल एंट्री सिस्टम, true profit or losses can be determined by preparing trading and profit and loss account. And in single entry system, true profit and loss statement cannot be ascertained or determined since trading and profit and loss account cannot be prepared. To So to get the financial position under double entry system, true financial positions can be known by preparing. So to ascertain the financial position under double entry system, true financial positions can be known by preparing a balance sheet. But under the single entry system, only estimated financial positions can be known on the basis of statement of affairs. Students, now under the double entry system, all the types of adjustments are made while preparing final accounts. But in single entry system, no special attention is given to the adjustments. And in double entry system, for interpretation of financial data, we can compute different types of ratios if the accounts are maintained under the system. But under the single entry system, vital ratio can be computerized, such as the gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, etc., if the accounts are maintained under this system. And under the double entry system, it is used by all the types of traders, but the single entry system is used only by small traders. And the records maintained under the double entry system is according to this system recognized by the government, and the records maintained according to the single entry system are not recognized by the government. So students, hope you have understood the distinction between the single entry system and double entry system over here. Now let us see the ascertainment of profit and losses of sole traders. Now students, let us see the ascertainment of profit and losses of sole trader. To ascertain the results of operation and the financial position of the business, the information available from the incomplete records can be used in the following methods as shown in the figure. So methods of ascertainment of profit and loss can be by statement of affairs method and conversion of single entry into double entry system. So ये दो methods हैं जिसके थ्रू हम लोग प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस को असरटेन कर सकते हैं. सबसे पहले हम लोग को स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अफेयर्स मेथड के थ्रू हम लोग कंप्यूट कर सकते हैं, एंड बाय कन्वर्टिंग द सिंगल एंट्री इनटू डबल एंट्री वी कैन गेट द प्रॉफिट और लॉस ऑफ अ सोल ट्रेडर. सो स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अफेयर्स मेथड क्या है, देखिए. अंडर स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अफेयर्स मेथड which is also termed as capital comparison method, two statements of affairs are prepared, one at the beginning of the period for finding out the opening capital and other at the end of the period finding out the closing capital. Means हम लोग को दो स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अफेयर्स बनाने पड़ेंगे, एक तो ओपनिंग कैपिटल फाइंड आउट करने के लिए और दूसरा क्लोजिंग कैपिटल फाइंड आउट करने के लिए. अ कंपैरिजन इज मेड बिटवीन द ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग कैपिटल. इफ द क्लोजिंग कैपिटल इज मोर क्लोजिंग कैपिटल इज मोर देन द ओपनिंग कैपिटल, इट इज शोन एज इंक्रीज इन कैपिटल, which means a profit. Conversely, if the closing capital is less than the opening capital, it shows a decrease in capital, which means a loss for the period. In other words, students, closing balance sheet is equals to opening balance sheet, that is asset is equals to liability plus capital, or change in period, that is change in asset is equals to change in liabilities plus change in capital. So the symbol, the triangle mentioned over here will be called as change. Okay, आपको जो triangle जैसा symbol दिया हुआ है उसको हम लोग change करके read करेंगे. So the change in assets may be due to change in liabilities or capital or both. The increase in assets due to increase in capital represents profit. So the conversion of a single entry system into double entry system is under this system, adequate accounting information is not available and the profit disclosed by that system is not gladly accepted by the revenue authorities. For better management of the business, avoiding harassment by the revenue authorities and facing challenges of competitors effectively, sometimes a trader may adopt the double entry system by giving up the single entry system. So the process of conversion of single entry into double entry is in the system, in the single entry system there are varying degrees of incompetence, and the procedure to be adopted for conversion must depend upon the nature of record and data available. It is not possible to give a formula which can be applied in every situation. However, a general rule, the following steps are to be followed in the process of conversion of single entry into double entry system. Students, ये जो नीचे steps दिए गए हैं single entry को double entry में convert करने के लिए आपको एक बहुत carefully देखना है, समझना है. So first of all, we will prepare a cash book summary, that is cash book to ascertain the missing information. Missing information के लिए हम लोग को cash book summary बनाना पड़ेगा, such as opening and closing cash balance, cash sales or cash purchase, drawings made during the period, etc. Under step 2, you should have to prepare total debtors account to ascertain the missing information. और missing information is में क्या हो सकता है, such as opening and closing balance, credit sales, collection from debtors, bills receivable during the period, etc. And under step 3, you should have to prepare bills receivable account to ascertain the missing information, such as opening and closing a balance, bills receivable drawn and collected, bills receivable endorsed, etc. Under step 4, you should have to prepare total creditors account to ascertain the missing information, such as opening and closing balance, credit purchase, payments made to creditors, bills payable accepted during the period, etc. And under step 5, you should have to prepare bills payable account to ascertain the missing information, and the missing information can be opening and closing balances, bills payable accepted, bills payable discharged, etc. And under step 6, you should have to prepare stock account to ascertain the missing information, such as opening of stock balance, closing of stock balance, total purchases, cost of goods sold, shortage, etc. And under step 7, you should have to prepare revenue expenses account, ascertain the missing information, such as opening or closing balance of outstanding or prepaid expenses, paid, current year expenses, etc. So under step 8, you should have to prepare revenue income account to ascertain the missing information, such as opening and closing balances of accrued, unaccrued, income received, current year's income, etc. And step 9, you should have to prepare fixed asset account to ascertain the missing information such as opening or closing balances, purchase or sales, depreciation provided, profit or loss account on sale, profit or loss on the sale of any assets, etc. And under step 10 you have to ascertain the opening capital by preparing statement of affairs at the beginning of the accounting period. And under step 11 you should have to prepare trial balance to check the arithmetic accuracy. And under step 12 you should have to prepare trading and profit and loss account and the balance sheet finally. सो अभी हमने ये जो स्टेप्स देखे आपको कुछ भी नहीं समझा होगा। देखिए स्टूडेंट्स, बहुत ही इजी है। आपको जो भी मैंने अभी स्टेप्स बताए हैं, विल लुक दिस स्टेप्स वाइल सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम। हम लोग प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हैं, हम ये देखेंगे कि हमको कौन से स्टेप्स का कब यूज़ करना है, कैसे हम लोग को प्रिपेयर करना है। तो ये इस चीज़ के लिए आपको क्या करना है, यू शुड हैव टू लुक आवर लेक्चर रेगुलरली, डेली बेसिस पे देखिए, पढ़िए, समझिए, प्रैक्टिस कीजिए। सो स्टूडेंट्स, नीचे एक स्टेटमेंट दिया गया है, उसको आप अच्छे से स्टडी कीजिए, गो थ्रू कीजिए, अपने नोटबुक में वो स्टेटमेंट को पूरा ड्राफ्ट कीजिए, ड्रॉ कीजिए और समझिए कि अगर एक कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन मिसिंग है तो उसको हम लोग फाइंड आउट कैसे करेंगे अंडर सिंगल एंट्री सिस्टम। उसको हम लोग कन्वर्ट करते टाइम कन्वर्ट कैसे करना है डबल एंट्री सिस्टम में, ये हम लोग देखेंगे। यहाँ पे देखिए, अगर कैश मिसिंग है तो आप कैश को कैसे फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो, वहाँ पे हिंट्स ऑफ ट्रेसिंग करके दिया आपको। कैश एंड बैंक अकाउंट समरी, कैश एंड बैंक अकाउंट समरी आप बैंक अकाउंट से निकालेंगे, बैंक अकाउंट की समरी निकालेंगे, कैश अकाउंट की समरी निकालेंगे, उससे आपको पता चल जाएगा दैट हाउ मच बैलेंस ऑफ कैश यू होल्ड। एंड सेकेंड वन वहाँ पे दिया है टोटल सेल्स माइनस नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स। एग्जैक्टली आपको उससे भी पता चल जाएगा टोटल जितना आपका सेल्स वो है माइनस नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स आप करेंगे तो आपको उसमें से आपका जो कैश का बैलेंस अवेलेबल है वो मिल जाएगा। तो अगर आपको नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स भी नहीं पता, नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स कैसे निकालेंगे, तो नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स के लिए आपके पास 3 हिंट दिए हुए हैं यहाँ पे। प्रिपेयर टोटल डेटर्स अकाउंट, जिससे कि आपको नेट क्रेडिट सेल मिल जाएगा, या तो नेट सेल्स में से कैश सेल्स और सेल्स रिटर्न माइनस कर दीजिए, या अगर आपको और एक एग्जांपल चाहिए तो आप क्लोजिंग डेटर्स में जो फॉर्मूला है आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, क्लोजिंग डेटर्स इनटू 12 और क्रेडिट पीरियड अलाउड इन द मंथ्स, ये मंथ्स में है जो भी है, तो जो भी है इसके हिसाब से आप नेट क्रेडिट सेल्स फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, नेट सेल फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं। तो ये जो है आपके पास मैं ये पीडीएफ शेयर कर रहा हूँ, ये चार्ट आप देख लीजिए, समझ लीजिए, इसमें जो जो मिसिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन है उसको हम लोग फाइंड आउट कैसे करेंगे, असर्टेन कैसे करेंगे, ठीक है। तो स्टूडेंट्स, फॉर टुडे आई विल स्टॉप ओवर हेयर ओनली, मैं आज के लिए यहीं पे रुकूंगा। हम अपने नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में डायरेक्टली विल स्टार्ट अ प्रॉब्लम। तो रेगुलर स्टडी करिए, यू शुड हैव टू स्टडी रेगुलरली, मेंटेन नोट्स रेगुलरली, प्रैक्टिस। अकाउंट सब्जेक्ट है, अकाउंट सब्जेक्ट का आपको रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस चाहिए। तो रेगुलर स्टडीज़ और नोटिफिकेशंस के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, बेल आइकन को प्रेस कीजिए एंड अकाउंट्स के साथ जुड़े रहिए। थैंक यू, टाटा, बाय बाय।